Hi, I'm Cameron, I'm an adventurer, filmmaker and photographer, and welcome to Japan. I'm here on a 2.5-week ski adventure and I'm kick-starting my journey with 4 days in Hokkaido, and I'm currently at Niseko ski resort. It took me 48 hours to get here from the UK, hopping a flight from Edinburgh to London and London to Tokyo, and then I caught the bullet train up to the southern part of the Northern Island and then took a 4-hour drive through a snowstorm to be able to make it to Niseko. And I've enjoyed a couple of brilliant days here so far, getting to warm up the legs for a week of ski touring in Hakuba, which is where I'm going to be going from here. But halfway through 4 days of skiing in the resorts here, and so far so good. Yesterday was a little bit of a whiteout, but today it's nice and sunny again. So I'm looking forward to exploring a little bit more of the mountain and hopefully finding some pockets of powder snow in amongst the trees. As you can see, I am on the single seat chair. I'm skiing Niseko Grand Harafu, which is taking me up to the highest lift-based access point on the mountain. From here, it's a boot pack or a traverse to be able to get to the high point itself, and then you are into the backcountry area. So that is unpatrolled and you are at your own risk. But obviously if you've got beacon, shovel, avalanche and probe, then you are much safer, although really it is kind of just like slack country, so you're very close to being able to ski back in bounds if you need to. And I took a run over there this morning and it was fantastic. Even though the snow is pretty tracked out, it's still plenty of soft stuff to be able to plough through and pick your own line. It's day 4 here in Niseko, and I am on my way to Annapuri, which is the 4th resort on the mountain and the only one that I haven't skied yet. So I thought I'd jump in the car and have a little bit of a mini road trip and go check it out. From the other 3 resorts that I've skied over the past few days, I feel like I've covered pretty much most ground, aside from doing a little boot pack up to the very top. It looks like I've covered everywhere that there is to ski and skied most routes multiple times. It's not the most extensive mountain in the world, but it does have a lot of potential, and I can see why it's so popular with families and why it's so popular for the powder. There's definitely some great lines and some great tree skiing to be had. You've just got to time it right on those good powder days. And whilst there's been good snow and I've enjoyed skiing here very much, I haven't had the Japao experience that perhaps I was hoping for, at least here in Niseko for the past few days. The price of a lift ticket has worked out roughly about £50 a day, that's covering all 4 areas, which I think by comparison to certainly European and North American standards is pretty good value. The place where I'm staying, Torretifo, the Pod Hotel, is about £70 a night, and that's for a superior pod room, which has served me very well. It's very basic, but kind of has everything that you want. Having an onsen is a bonus. Breakfast isn't included within the price that I'm paying, but I have been having breakfast every day and paying for that separately, which is about £12. So overall, for a B&B option, I think that's quite good value, especially with the just the uniqueness of staying in a pod style hotel. The only downside, I would say, if it is a downside at all, it's about a 10 to 15 minute drive into Niseko itself, which is where I'm just coming into now. So if you wanted to be in the heart of the action, then you're a little bit further out, but I personally, for me, don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything, especially having the car. I can easily come into Niseko, which I've been doing at night time for my evening meals. Being here definitely feels like a good way to be able to warm up for the backcountry adventure that I've got coming up in Hakuba, though 4 days also feels like it's enough to be able to ski here. Anything more than that would be potentially a little bit repetitive. Again, maybe dependent upon the conditions, because if you hit it at the right time, then it's probably a place that you'll never get bored of, which is the same with anywhere when there's lots of snow. But yeah, overall I would say it's been a pretty successful start to the Japanese ski experience, and whilst it was a little bit of a mission to get here up to Niseko, especially in one foul swoop, it's been well worth the journey, and I feel suitably warmed up, ready for part 2. Hello and welcome to Hakuba, a ski area based just outside of Nagano, which is most famous for hosting the 1998 Winter Olympic Games. And this will be my base of operations for the next week. We'll be spending 7 days ski touring with a guide and a group, and we'll be getting out into different backcountry areas in a range of different ways, from parking on the side of the road and skidding straight into the forests, to using the resorts and the lifts and the gondolas to be able to access some of the higher areas and getting into the resort-based backcountry zones. And I'm very excited to be able to explore more of what Japan has to offer ski-wise, and hopefully enjoy some of that beautiful powder snow that the country is so famous for, as well as just being able to explore some of the really tranquil and quite beautiful birch tree forests.
These are your buddies. The dogs are all out.
Oh, he's looking at you. There he is. Monkeys.
He's a big
monkeys.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to fight this guy.
Oh no, they're nasty. No.
It's our 6th day of ski touring in Hakuba, and today we started off our journey in the resort of Cortina, which, as the name suggests, had some quite European feels and vibes to it. And then we kind of ski toured in the backcountry out of there, and then we've just come down to just a little township of its own, and now we're catching the train back towards the resort. So that's a really kind of cool way to be able to throw a little bit more adventure into the Japanese experience. Good morning from a very snowy Hakuba, and I've just enjoyed 7 fantastic days of backcountry skiing here, and we've had a lot of mix of terrain. We've had some gloriously sunny skies, we've had some brilliant tree skiing, we've been able to find some brilliant pockets of powder, and particularly yesterday on our final day it snowed about 41 centimeters throughout the course of the day, so we experienced that true Japanese powder. And today I'm about to catch a bus to head up north to the Snow Monkey Park for the next leg of my Japan journey. They're watching us like a fan. It's been a fantastic couple of weeks skiing in Japan, and sadly it's time to head back home. But not before 48 hours spent exploring the sights and sounds of its capital city, Tokyo.